Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 8.52. We're of course playing as Britain in this series. Been a while since updated this, but been looking forward to playing a bit more. I still think I like this a little better than Hearts of Iron 4. We were discussing the forum about the new Black Ice. People were wondering about bringing in an air supply. Yep, air supply's gone from Hearts of Iron 4, and I don't see a way they can add it back in with their current system. I mean, I don't even just mean the Black Ice team. I mean, with the current system, the developers added in. I guess you can make a whole new, a unit type for transports or something, but I don't. Because, one, you don't move supply, though somebody said is, give a state a supply bonus by flying in, moving in air units or something, but I don't know that you can do that. Okay. Infantry unit command and control has improved. Okay, that's good. So there's definitely things that I'm missing. Not that I don't think it's going to be a better game ultimately, but right now it just, for me, isn't better. So I'm enjoying adding or developing a mod for it. Created a bunch of new events for the end of Czechoslovakia. Brand new. Don't know how many of you that are watching this series have checked that playthrough out. Well, let's do this. Reduce combat width for some divisions. There we go. So current plans are, once we deal with Syria here, we're going to see about invading Cyprus. Okay, we won the Battle of Bangkok. How interesting. Well, it looks like back to attacking us. I want to see this area. Okay, good. We're dealing with the bombers, so I don't know about that. Okay, these guys have retreated out. They're about exhausted. Let's move these guys up here. I don't want anybody getting across that quick. Might not be able to get what I want, but that's what I don't want to have happen. That guy alone might not be able to hold him too long. Yeah, we're driving into the desert. And shipbuilding techniques have advanced. That's most excellent. Now after the first of the year. Now pilot training as well. Well, we're in 43, so we can do a new industrial zone. Just one squadron of that. They just got one division in, I think. Maybe take it. Well, I'm messing with the Navy. I think we'll see about risking that. Let's U.S. shares Enigma codes. U.S. cryptologists have done a great job. We are now able to better defend our convoys against German U-boats. Thanks to them. Very good. Very good. And we're going to do... Vault risk down. I think we need more money, really. I know that we need more territorial rights, and not on the defenses so much. Treatment time, let's go with, we're gonna deny accusations here. Hopefully that will keep our revolts from happening in our colonial regions and everywhere else. And they're attacking again. Well, I've got these guys here. And what I'm going to do is... there may be more use in Thailand, but we're going to see about sending them up to there. U.S. war machine kicks into gear. Great. That may help us with Lend-Lease. Do that. Okay, we've one there. Cool. Dam buster bomb. That's nice. We're not doing much of that, so let's look for other 43 technologies now that we're into 43. It's barely, of course, but still. Yeah, there we go, that's good. Improve a lot of areas up. Commerce defense. We're going to let that one go because we want to check their convoys. Maritime. Oop, U.S. lost to Texas. Vichy, France. France annexed Vichy, France. So this is now French territory, is it? So we no longer need to worry about... I was getting ready to send in some troops. Would have liked to get buried before they took that, but oh well. Stop that. Territorial grab. So let's send them to go to Beirut. We're going to try to invade sectors from there. Formation of Allied Forces Headquarters. Allied Forces Headquarters was the headquarters that controlled all of Allied operation forces in the Mediterranean theater of World War II formed late 1942 to the end of the war. It was established in the UK in August 1942 under General Dwight Eisenhower in order to command the forces committed to Operation Torch. Eisenhower had the title of Commander-in-Chief Allied Expeditionary Force. Shortly after the establishment of the headquarters, Expeditionary was deleted from the title for the reasons of operational security. Eisenhower thus became Commander-in-Chief Allied Force. By the end of 1942, there was a need to unify command of the Allied forces in North Africa, since those forces from the west landed during Operation Torch and those from the east that won the Second Battle of El Alamein were now close enough together, meaning that they were they're fighting in Tunisia. Montgomery's coming up from here. The Allies coming from the west here in Battle of Kasserine and such, with Rommel, or after Rommel got charged there. Allied Forces headquarters assumed control of the British 8th Army, advancing to the east. Eisenhower remained in command until January 1944, overseeing the Allied invasion of Sicily, which began on 10 July. Allied invasion of Italy mainland, yes. And then he assumes command of was succeeded by Wilson. Okay. Money supplies. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Broadcasting. Yes. Okay. We can go for huge entertainment or heroic tales. Consumer goods. Well, I don't know that we're going to get any lower use on consumer goods than we already have. So that is not the highest priority. So I think we're looking at either heroic tales or news and politics, maybe. I think heroic tales. Let's see if we can do heroic tales here. Cairo Conference, there we are. Good. Now, Dakota Mark II. Dakota is the British term for the DC-3. Douglas Dakota would make a very useful addition to our transport plane fleet. We can order some from the US. Yes. Alright, and since it's the first of the year, let's go with economic boost. We want, no, we want, I hit the wrong button, but I don't, we're just going to go with that. So I'm economic boost. We want the short-term boost. National focus. Hold up the Royal Air Force. Nice. Now we're doing okay with the economy. We're going to go build a balanced army air force. I think we're just going to go with that. We want new factories. Economic spying. National recruiting policy again. I'm going to go with the balanced approach. And another airborne division. That'll be nice. 6th Airborne Division. And we're going to see what this Cairo conference is about. I know what the historical one was, but... Okay, yes. During the ongoing Pacific War, the leaders of the United States, United Kingdom, and the Republic of China meet in Cairo, Egypt, in November 1943. They agreed the following points. 1. Japan be stripped of all of the islands in the Pacific, which she had seized or occupied since the beginning of the First World War. That's a very key element there, because she grabbed a bunch of German territories during World War One. All the territories Japan had taken from the Chinese would be also restored to the Republic of China, and Korea would become free and independent. The islands may be not too much concern to Chiang Kai-shek, because he wasn't going to get them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't include they're having revolt problems. And with TRE installed, which is not currently, these wouldn't happen, because I made sure of that, because the Japanese AI is doing what it's doing now and leaving it undefended enough that a revolt risk can happen here, and there really wasn't any ability for communist or other Chinese revolts on Formosa at the time. That just wasn't going to happen. So, but I think they got that well before World War I, but that may be considered in this terms taken from the Chinese, being a Chinese possession. And from Chiang Kai-shek's perspective, because I guess this goes back as well, or would be presumed to, well, they took that, I believe, from the Russians, but would be Chinese territory. Having this not being Japanese means that Japan doesn't have another avenue of invasion anymore. And Chiang Kai-shek was a nationalist. He wasn't a fascist. At least that's my understanding of him. And he saw China really needing a kick in the pants organizationally to move into the future. So he was a central government authority kind of person, just because that's what he was dealing with. But I don't think he was an imperialist and wanting to take over everywhere Asian, or and I will say everywhere that communist China seems to want to take over. I'm not saying Chiang Kai-shek didn't officially say that Tibet or something wasn't China, but he wasn't that concerned about it. He wasn't really that concerned about the territories out here or whatever. And if having a peaceful world and a well-controlled China meant not having those, I think he was perfectly fine in not having them. But he wanted, shall we say, core China entirely, Chinese and protected. So he would be concerned about. But he wasn't so aggressive as to thinking he needs Korea. but having it as a buffer state would be useful for him. Yep, we'll go with this. At least that's my reading. Now, of course, you don't know what would happen if conditions changed. You know, if Chiang Kai-shek got charged, shut down the communists, came in, he might have felt he needed to protect himself against the communist control out here, or felt he needed Tibet. You know, that could change. So we're battling out here. What are we? They took him down. Hopefully taking out submarines. Operation Husky. Okay, well, it just happened. Okay. Okay, nice. Before I was ready for it. Well, we're here with a... I'll do not now. I don't know if ever I'll mercenary unit. And... a couple of ships of Dakotas, great. Now... these guys are recouping now. But get the ones with leaders. And let's head here. Base. Maybe I should have taken more, but let's assign some divisional leaders here. Didn't early on because I knew it would wreck their organization, and I didn't want to even risk them. Against a Vichy unit. Misbehavior. I know some have stated that they are glad that they haven't been having to assign divisional generals, but are missing the order of battle, and a few have been saying the opposite, that they've been missing the divisional generals. And obviously, here we are. Yes, I could hit. Was it? No. Well, when you first put them down, you get it. But I worked out on paper a while ago. You know, if you could add a flag or a tag or whatever you want to call it to each unit type, so that if you had like a armor unit, we gotta get these back to the coast. You had an armor unit in here. First priority would be to match it up to it, you know, for the AI to match it up to the tag of a, you know, armored commander kind of thing as highest priority. But if you're all out of those, then if you had a mobile leader, or if you're using mountain troops, it would automatically assign a mountain commander. Now you could still do all the manual stuff you wanted, but it would at least make reasonably good auto assignments if you chose to, you know, use them when you first deploy a unit, so that but nobody was interested, and they just, part of the reason they weren't interested in it is that they were going to use all the, you know, hand-drawn images for Hearts of Iron 4, and to do that for so many divisions, because that's impractical, just costs too much for their staff to do it. I understand that. I really do understand that reason for not having divisional generals. Of course, I'd like them modded back in, or be able to mod them back in, because I'm happy with the black and white. You may prefer color. I just not terribly thrilled with colorized images. So, let me occupy French territory now. A lot of the colorized stuff just isn't done well enough. So, I'd rather, sort of for consistency's sake, just have them all black and white, if you will. But that could be relatively easily handled. If you were to where's the new, oh, this is the new headquarters, okay. Eisenhower. Okay, good stats. Well, these relatively good stats too. I don't know. We'll see what we do with that. Some of these guys up to Beirut. Okay. U-boat section building advance. That'll be useful. Okay, well, we're going to take this opportunity to end this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Please post questions, comments, suggestions. Love hearing from you. See you soon for more Hearts of Iron.